lovies. How are we? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Happy Dunkin' Donuts Thursday. It is June 5th, 2025. Oh, and I'm at the Dunks. They didn't again today have a little something for me. And what was that something? A blueberry muffin. Can we hear me? Oh, I hope so. I'm going to wait till someone says, Broad, I hear you. Yes, it is going to be hot today. It's going to be a hot one. Like 7 inches from the midday sun. And here's another thing. Tell me why Mr. Nurse Kim hits me with this one. Are you moonlighting as a UPS worker? I thought this was very Sex in the City. I thought I was Sarah Jessica Parker. Okay? Thought I was Carrie. No. I'm going to say, can you please sign for this package? Fuck. He's funny. I'll give him that. A way to my heart is to slightly roast me, you know? A billion years later, 19 years in. Yeah, you've got a parcel delivery, girl. I can't. Oh, that's hot. Oh! Good morning, Bonnie Fitzgibbon. Aaron Gullidge knows that Mr. Nurse Kim's a bit of a dick, and she likes it. And love from Valerie in, I believe that flag is the United Kingdom. Let's hope. You look gorge, though. Thank you. As a tiny package deliverer. All right, figure it out. We'll all figure it out together. Did we feel as though day 27, we might have been in a fever dream? Did it feel like a fever dream to you, babe? Because it sure felt like one to me. I said, oh, what are we doing? I loved it. Well, first of all, I was a Lucky fan from Trial 1.0, okay? Trial 1, I knew Lucky was our guy. I was like, he's incredible. Okay, no one's gonna tell me shit. What Lucky says, I believe. But the fact that this man stood his ground, while Hank Brennan, first of his name, asshole of many, tried to get him a little bit fucked up. He didn't fall for it. Not one bit. There's a lot happening this Thursday at this Dunkin' Donuts right now. There is a lot. I am overstimulated. And Jimmy told me I had to go closer to the building in order to get the Wi-Fi. He said, where'd you park? I said, far away, where I should be. And he said, oh, no, I did not I just put heat on my ass. Are you out of your mind? Let's cool that down. Oh, we do not need heat. Thank you. I need cold. Oh, turn it off. Thank you. Off. Oh, let's go low. How low can you go? Oh, now I'm touching a button. I don't know what I did. All right. But now I hear something. What am I hearing? All right, turn that off too. Shut your face. Okay. Sorry. The car is talking to me. The scene is scening. There are many a car. I'm right now next to a man in a Cadillac. He is lovely. I can tell he's lovely. But we won't talk about that. So, okay, focus. Good morning, Jacqueline F. Hi, Nurse Kim. I recently found your channel and I love it. I'm going to share it with everyone. Oh, thank you so much, babe. Poxy, good morning, you sassy bitch. I am here. It's okay. It's 6:46. We got plenty of time to talk all the shit because who is coming on at 8 o'clock? Your Auntie Deborah. I think I'm going to we talked yesterday. We were talking all the shit. And I go, babe, should I do 6 a.m. time slot? And you do 7:30 a.m. time slot? And then we are the morning show? Are we Ramiro and Pebbles? Hashtag Gemini 94.5. Oh, he's got tweens. I knew I liked him. He has tween-age girls. They got culottes. You're a good dad. Okay, good morning. Hi, P. Any news from Mary Malarkey? Mary Malarkey first, my mother of me and Petty Paralegal, and her actual two sons, her favorite and the other. We're waiting for a baby. The baby is due. Mother Mary, I wish your baby to have come into this world healthy, happy mama, happy daddy, and I love your face. You guys are my bridges, Dawn Marie. Oh, that's great. Altman, it's great. It's 8:45 in Australia. Jen Altman's in the chat. That's fun. Look at this pen I got at the dollar store. Oh, I got one in gold too, babe. It writes beautiful. I like a pen. Nurses like pens, but there's got a pearl on it. Was it made for me? Yes. So with that, I tell you this. Let's get into it. I wanted to tell you that I feel so emotionally connected to Karina Kolakithis. Say that 3 times fast. Karina Kolakithis. Karina Kolakithis. Karina Kolakithis. She's a Canton badass. Okay? She's got the keratin pressed hair of a woman who isn't taking shit. Okay? She's a pharmacist. I love that. That's a woman in STEM. What do we celebrate here? Women in STEM. She also has a husband, a couple of daughters, who, you know what? Her daughters got involved and they were like, hey, Ma, you probably should go out with Dad. Help him eat a sandwich. It's like me and Mr. Nurse Cam. It's like me and my daughters being like, Ma, oh my gosh, go see Dad. Meanwhile, I'm like, I've taken my bra off. My brassiere is off. There is no fun to be had. I'm not putting it back on for anyone. You know what I'm saying? After 8 p.m., my Nana used to say, Nana Phyllis would say, nothing good happens after midnight. Okay? When you're in your late 30s, nothing good happens after 9. I ain't doing shit. You know what's an idea, babe, of a great time to me? Let's go get an early bird special. I said it. Let us go together. I don't know, maybe to the Outback Steakhouse. Maybe if we're feeling real froggy, we could go to Texas Roadhouse. I'll get a fucking ribeye. Can't tell me shit. Do I want a house salad with blue cheese dressing? Yes, I do. Okay? 2 drinks max. Find yourself 2 sleep with a Tums and 3 Advil liquid gels. Perfect night for me. Just saying. Okay, Lulu Bell knows the Texas Roadhouse. Brenda Bonamy says 7 p.m. lights out. That's why I live for you. Super Squirrel, twin boiled lobsters. And absolutely AH loves an early bird special and bed by 8. You are my humans, okay? So let us go. Day 27. Did I think that day 25 and day 26 were wild? Did I think, oh, it was a girl. Okay. Did I think that it was, could it be topped? Excuse me. No, I didn't. Did I think that Officer Barrows was the hero we all needed? Yes. Do I still believe that? Yes. But babe, in Lucky we trust. Brian Lucky Loughran is a Canton resident. He has been since when? His birth. Him and his family. He's like the middle sibling of all the kids. And he has a brother named Mike. Okay, and we know Mike. Where do we know Mike from? He is on the select board with Chris Albert. Oh. Has he known all of the Alberts since they were born? Yes. And did he know their familial address at 34 Fairview Road? Yeah. He knew that. Why? Because they lived there their whole lives. Like in the 70s, I believe that the parents of Brian Albert built that house in the 70s. And then it was like passed down throughout the generations. I don't know how Brian got it, but he was the oldest. And I don't know if they were like old school, whatever. And they were like, oh, we give it to the oldest. Or did he buy out the other siblings? I don't know. Things that we'd like to know. But they don't even own the house anymore, right? But anywho, he's got the house. And he knew of the house. So he says that he's 2 years older than Chris Albert. And he actually worked for Chris. We knew this. We knew this from Trial 1.0. And we knew that he worked at D&E Pizza. For approximately 8 years, he delivered pizzas. Could you not love him anymore? He drives the Zamboni. He works at the municipal, like at the rink. He also drives Frankentruck. It's incredible. He's an angel. Thank you so much, Gone to the Dogs, for gifting 10 non-consensual Nurse Kim memberships. You are incredible, and I appreciate you. For all of you who got them, I apologize in advance. It's a little bit weird here, but buckle up. And so he worked at the D&E Pizza. He delivered for 8 years. We were like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with you. He also works for the DPW Highway Division, and he's been plowing. For how long? 20 years. 20 years. 20. Think a man knows what he's doing. If you ever followed me back in the olden days of Trial 1.0, you would know that I had a little bit of a soft spot in my heart for one Mr. Michael Trotter. I love him. He is the Canton Department of Public Works, like the owner, not owner, but like the manager, the management. He reminds me of the old man in Up. And if you know anything about me, is that my weakness in life is elderly men. Are they all my best friends? Yes. Was I meant to help them? Absolutely. Is it uncomfortable how comfortable I feel around everyone who is 75 and older? Yeah. Yep. What do you need from me, sir? And they're like, I didn't ask for anything. Please step away from me, ma'am. I'm fully equipped to handle my life. And I'm like, I would like to nurse you to health and for you to live to be at least 130. Okay? Awkward. But I'm a weirdo. And we know this. So, on January 29th, 2022, Lucky reports to the start of the route. He gets called in. They knew the nor'easter was coming. The blizzard was on its way. It had already started, bitch. The flurries were flurrying. Spitting, if you will. Oh, Gone to the Dogs. Stop it. Enough. Stop sending another 10 non-consensual Nurse Kim memberships. People, you are getting rained upon. Are we at Centerfolds this early in the morning? Are we doing a morning shift at a strip club, doling out these non-consensual memberships? Ooh. Maybe I'm dressing up as the UPS girl. And he starts his route. Lucky goes back. He goes, oh, I'm here, bitch. And I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm starting my plow route 2:30. 2:30. He was on Route 11, and I love that. I love double 11, 1-1. I have a necklace that says 11, make a wish, right? It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Yeah, I do. Oh, do I? Do I have the necklace? Oh, it's hidden. Oh, she's got problems. There it is. 11. Love it. And he was in truck number 30. And again, Frankentruck had mismatched parts. I don't know if Frankentruck is still around. I feel like Frankentruck got retired, but does that matter? No. But do I want to know? Yes. Should I call someone? Probably. And we know that he would go up and he would do the route of 34 Fairview, and then he would do Cedar Crest, and then he would turn around and he'd go up and down. It was like a 2-spot, right? You go up one side of the road and then you come down the other side of the road. Why? Because that's how plow routes are done. Okay, if you don't know, now you know. And when they are taught, all of the guys at the Department of Public Work, how to do your plow routes. Babes, there's a method to the madness. Mr. Michael Trotter taught me it in the first trial. He goes, hey, bitch, you start at the middle of the road, right? And you plow the middle for the path. And then at the very, very end, the end of said blizzard, you then push all of the piles over to the snowbank, right? You finally do the side the closest to the curb, and you put everything over into the snowbank. That's how you do it. That's how the professions do it. So riddle me this. If Lucky Laughran and every boy or girl who are doing the plow routes on January 29th, 2022, if they're out and about, babe, and they are working through the entire blizzard, and they know to themselves, hey, we have got to make sure that we clear the middle of the road, and then we finally get it over into that snowbank, right? We finally create the snowbank at the end. Then how in God's green earth did the taillight that allegedly spontaneously combusted on the right upper extremity of Officer John O'Keefe, when he was struck, where did they say? Not on the lawn, babe. They say in the road, on Fairview Road. That's what they said. So you're telling me it spontaneously combusted, and then the shards, 45, would have fell into the street. And one would think that Lucky would have plowed them further up the road by the quote-unquote Asian house, and also further up, all the way maybe to a stop sign somewhere else. How is it that every single piece was found in that yard? It doesn't make sense. Because he was allegedly struck at 12:32, and the plow route started 2:30. Oh, case is over. I rest my case, Your Honor. Salute. That has never made sense to me, that they found all of the pieces in the yard for up to how many? 3, count them. 1, 2, 3 weeks, 3 meses, for you to be finding taillight. But not one lowly little piece, not one jagged little pill of that taillight was found anywhere else. I'm not buying what you're selling, Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And I hope that the jury picked up on that. KT says, bringing the facts. Yes, babe. Welsh's emotional support laptop found in the yard equals Proctor's trunk. Oh. Please help a girl out, Barbara. How do I know if I'm allowed gifted memberships? Babe, I don't even go here. I'm not sure how this works. I'm on my phone right now. I don't know where anything lives in the laptop. I mean, in the desktop, in the phone, but I love you. And if you're here, that's incredible. You don't need to gift or be gifted, but anyone who does, I appreciate it so very much. So, anywho, back to Lucky. He is giving me information. Mr. Yannetti, my bowl of spaghetti was on one yesterday. When I tell you, he was just incredible. He was top tier, Mr. Yannetti. I could watch him talk all day long. Okay, I'll tell you that. It's a little uncomfortable, probably for him. As a non-consensual intern for almost 2 years now, He doesn't appreciate it. He's like, Kim, just pay attention. Can I? No. You got dimples, sir. You're gathering information from an incredible, incredible witness. You're asking questions I want the answers to. You are a sight for sore eyes. Your voice is as smooth as butter to me. And oh, animal over humans, I love your face. I love all of your faces. And so he's asking Lucky, how far can you see? Mr. Yannetti goes, how far can you see in the Franken truck? Because it's so high. It's like high as the sky. And he says, I can... No. Stop. Don't talk shit. Oh, rude. So he says, I can see all the way to the front door when he is driving his first pass at 34 Fairview. I go, okay, perfect. He says that he can see as far as the lights illuminate. Incredible wording. Incredible choice. He does the middle of the road. He angles it right. I love that. That is what we were told. And it's about 1.5 miles from him to plow one side to the other side. And then it's at that Cedar Cross junction, right? He does the 2:30 a.m. first pass. There is no obstruction to his view. He is saying this clear, coherent, alert, alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. He is telling me the shit. I am picking up what you are putting down, Lucky. Lucky. He says from 3:15 to 3:30. He does another pass second. And what, oh what, does Lucky see? He sees a Ford Edge parked at 34 Fairview. Whereabouts, would you say? Oh, I don't know, bitch. Maybe right near the flagpole. Now, I believe this memory. I don't believe it's a false memory. Let's harken back to Kelly fucking Devers. I don't believe it's a false memory. I know it's a real memory. Why? Because Lucky said, hey, babe, I remembered this because everyone in the Albert family always parked in the driveway. Like, it was unusual. Also, we know when there's a snow emergency that everyone has to, like, no matter where you live in Massachusetts, if there's a snow emergency, do not park on the road. Okay? Do not park on the road. And that is why he remembered it. And I go, makes sense to me. Perfect sense to me. Also, did we know that the Alberts had Ford Edges? Yeah. Who? Let's be owls. Who? Name them. Okay? Let's talk about Colin Albert. Let's talk about Brian Albert. Right? Or was it Chris? Chris. Just kidding, Reggie Ray. Chris Albert. Brian owned the Edge. We had two. Kevin Albert. Okay, but also cop families, police officer families, Edges, Explorers. It feels like, that's cop cars. Always the old cruises were always, and they still are. I think they have, and even Officer Barrows talked about having an F-150, his cruiser truck, right? So I think that's just like what police use in our neck of the woods, right? Like they used to do the SUVs and the cruisers were always Fords, from what I remember. They pretty much did. Yep, okay. Then more than one Albert had a Ford Edge. Correct amundo, Reggie Ray. The legal lowdown says corruption fest. Boom. Didn't Colin have a tan Edge? Trust me, I'm an expert. Yes, babe. 1, 2, 3 snaps for you. Exactamundo. So he sees it, and instead of doing like proper protocol, right? He's like, snitches get stitches. I'm not doing that. I know the family. I'm doing them a solid. So I'm assuming someone's leaving, someone's doing something because a first responder lives in the house. And then I start sweating. I start sweating. We're going to keep saying that a first responder lives in that house because what? It's accurate. But 2, incredible, impeccable. What's happening? Did you see it? Do you see the red thing? Don't look at me. Oh God, do they know me? Oh, don't make it weird. Okay, talk a little bit quieter. Stop yelling in the car, Kim. So he doesn't report this to the supervisor. Oh my God, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck, babes. Does a man that works for UPS just pull up next to me? Does he think I'm one of them? Oh, he thinks he felt comfortable because I look like him. Stop it. Oh my God, he's got the hat. He's full blown brown. He thought I was safe. As I'm wearing a brown vest, I gotta call Mr. Nurse Kim. He's going to laugh out loud. I can't. Oh, sorry for anyone who didn't come. Mr. Nurse Kim said, oh, he's leaving now. Oh my God. Oh. Oh God. So Mr. Nurse Kim today says to me, I'm leaving the house. He goes, what are you, moonlighting as a UPS driver? And then the UPS just pulled up next to me. I'm done. Okay, sorry, babes. So he does not report this. Lucky doesn't report the Ford Edge at 3:30 a.m. by the flagpole because he's thinking someone's going to move it. If the supervisor was called, then the house would have been called. And then if somebody didn't move it, then the car would have been towed, right? Because it's like it's a parking ban or whatevs. But he was like, I know the Albert family. I've known them forever. And I assume they're going somewhere, right? Like somebody, maybe the first responder, Brian Albert, might have been got called into Boston PD or some shit. But interestingly enough, this is right at the flagpole. Take that. Take it in. We knew it, but this year delivering this testimony, Lucky was 10 out of 10 would recommend. Chef's friggin' kiss. Incredible. He is the best to ever do it, in my opinion. He was so strong yesterday, babes. I was like, I was receiving strength from him. I was like, I'm ready to go fucking fight trolls on Twitter. He gave me the strength to fight back because he was so incredible and without being like defensive at all. Just said, no. Okay? Obsessed. So then we find out that he ended up finishing his route it was daylight by that time. He could not remember specifically if the lights were on because there is a light right at the driveway of 34 Fairview and then like right in front of the house on the opposite side of the road. Jennifer McCabe actually testified to that too in trial 2, which she didn't in trial 1. In trial 1, she was like, no, there's no lights. I mean, there's just no lights. No lights. There's never been a light anywhere. Lights? Who has lights? Electricity doesn't live in Canton. That's what she tried to say. Okay. So then here was, to me, a bomb dropping from the sky. Okay? Atomic bombing. 2 weeks after January 29th, 2022, in February of 2022, Lucky is met by Paul. Paul is a private investigator for the defense team. In February of 2022, he's reached out by the defense team. No one in the prosecution ever reached out to him in 2022, in all of 2022. But this needs to shut up. This one point needs to shut down every piece of garbage, dumpster fire motherfucker on the World Wide Web who said that Karen Reed invented an alibi, made a conspiracy after she retained the services of Alan Jackson, like in June, July, or September, whatevs, of 2022. If you were reaching out to Lucky Loughran, and you were asking what he saw at the time of the plow, everything, that dismantles that entire argument. Because Karen's team, which we knew as soon as the informant came through and said, hey, babe, Steve Scanlon, as soon as he said, these were the injuries and you should check out the people at the house. That's when Karen knew. She knew, instead of questioning and blaming herself, she was like, oh, this is what happened. I know I didn't hit him. But of course she had that acute grief response. Beautifully put by Dr. Marie Russell. Unless you have seen people in trauma, babes, and unless you have been at traumatic scenes in your life, or you have gone through it yourself, you know that your brain will play tricks on you. People have said stuff to me when I've unfortunately found loved ones of people unalive, like at their homes when I do home care. And, it's heartbreaking. Do a wellness check, someone's not with us anymore. And you start going through all of those terrifying things that you're thinking about, like, oh my gosh, if we hadn't gone to this party, if I hadn't dropped him off, this is my fault. Oh my gosh, could I have hit him? All the things. And that's not half as weird as some of the things that you can hear in a true moment of like crisis, mental health crisis that someone goes into. And Karen was so much so stricken that she was transported to Good Samaritan Hospital for a Section 12. And I think that gets lost in the weeds of people sometimes too, not understanding how deeply traumatizing this was for Karen too. So that was huge for me, is to find out that Paul, the private investigator, reached out in February of 2022. So he met him at the Metropolitan Ice Rink, where Lucky drives the Zamboni. Of course he does. Of course he drives the Zamboni. Do I want to go ice skate at the Metropolitan ice skating rink? Yeah, I do. Do I play hockey? No. Am I a figure skater? No. But call me Oksana Bayul, bitch, because I'm ready to go. I'm going to Tara Lipinski this shit. Actually, yes, I think she also was an ice skater. But I could do something. I can try to skate backwards, I can't do a triple Lutz, I'll tell you that. But I can do a lot of things. And he then was approached by another law enforcement agency, aka the FBI, and that was in May of 2023. He was never outreached by Mass State Police until 2024. Do you remember when Dr. Marie Russell said, she goes, yeah, it should have been a complete investigation, and it wasn't? This is another part of the incompleteness of their investigation. You initially had gone to Mr. Trotter's office, our elderly man from Up. Ooh, do I want to float away with balloons with him? Yes. But they had originally gone and they had said, hey, did anyone plow this? Someone allegedly said no. And they were like, cool. So no one plowed. Okay. So no one plowed during the blizzard? And you just took that as fact? You guys suck. Hey, remember how you're supposed to find facts? I found a fact for you. You suck. Ew. Hold on. Sip skis. And then Hank Brennan gets up. This is all in direct testimony. He kicks ass, takes names. Thank you, Lucky. And Hank says, you were threatened of being exposed by the online blogger. Who is in the court yesterday? Faces galore. Top tier Turtle Boy presentation yesterday. Moi? Me? He looks, we look, I look. We do eyebrows. And he said you were told that you were going to face consequences by the blogger. And Lucky's like, no. He's like, hashtag facts matter journalism. What are you talking about? No one said I was going to face consequences. I didn't follow the blogger at the time. I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't feel threatened. And I'm like, oh. Then it's ping pong, back and forth. And he says, do you subscribe to the blogger now? And he's like, yes. He goes, do you pay for that subscription? He said, no. He said, are you giving that subscription for free? He said, also, no. I go, oh. Have you ever met Turtle Boy? And Lucky goes, no. You were celebrated after your testimony. And he's like, yeah, you know. He said, I did find it encouraging. But this was what Lucky said that built up the credibility, what I believe the jury will stay with them, is he says, I did find it encouraging that people praised him, right? But he said, he adds on, he doesn't just allow that to stay. He's so strong. And he says, I did not want it. I did not deserve it. All I was doing was my job and telling the truth. I'm sorry, you fucking angel. You angel face man. You actual, sincere, good human being who wants nothing and asks for nothing and just wants to live his life and has been as consistent as they come since the first time he was approached about this matter in February of 2022 by the PI, Paul, from the defense team. Hank Brennan, shame on you, because you looked like an absolute prick, in my opinion. Prick. Sticking people's in the fingers with you, prick. You're something, okay? He says that he did take a picture. He took a picture with someone. He was like, yep, I did take a picture with someone. And I just did it so that I would avoid any confrontation. I don't want people to be frustrated either way. I just want to live my life. And what picture did they put up in the courtroom? It's Lucky Loughran and Rita friggin' Lombardi. I miss Rita. I actually saw that she was down in, I think, at Legacy Place last Sunday, and Mike Crawford was down there, and it was a sight for sore eyes. I don't know if she was there for something else, but I did see Rita Lombardi, and she, to me, has always been like just a stand-up individual, and she has always fought for justice. She loves Canton. She's a Canton resident. She had to take a step back for her own self and for her family and all of that. And I totally support anything, but I support Rita too. And it was lovely to see her, and it made my heart happy. So yeah, okay, be a little bit of a dork, Kim, but it made me feel like warm and fuzzy inside. Then he says, Lucky goes, yeah, I've met with Mr. Yannetti only from the defense team. He's never met with anyone else, babe. He's never met Alan Jackson. He's never met Eliza Little. He's never met Bob Alessi. He has never met a non-consensual member, Nurse Kim. Oh, am I on the defense team? Fuck no. Okay? Do I sometimes like to cosplay it like I'm Judson fucking B. Welcher? Yes, I do. And He said he was never given anything. He was never promised anything. And he says, again, reiterates, because Hank Brennan is trying to walk him down this path of harassment, of intimidation. And he says, I don't feel like I am being attacked. For the people in the back, let me keep telling you. And I go, oh, okay. Trust and believe in Lucky we trust. Should I put on a four-leaf clover today in solidarity? Yes. Would I ever walk up to Lucky and say, may I have a photo? No, because he's told me now, very clear, that he just wants to live his life. But can I admire from afar? Yes. Can I admire you, Sir Lucky, for being a stand-up human being and having integrity? Yes. And I do. I salute you. So, he is asked again about, you said that you did 2:30 and then 3:30, and 3 hours later, which would have been about 6:30, he said that there was emergency vehicles and he was unable to make the pass at Fairview Road. And then Hank Brennan tries to frig him up, and he tries to say, oh, is your memory very accurate? Do you really remember, or is this a false memory? Do you have a faulty memory? Because you said that at 3 a.m. emergency vehicles actually were there. And he said, no, I didn't. No. He goes, well, did you see the report? And he's like, yeah, I was shown the report from the other agency, the FBI, by Adam Lally. By ADA Lally at the last trial. And did Lucky say the last trial more than once yesterday? He sure did. Oh, he sure did. Hit us with the, what, at the first trial? Yeah, I did. Then he gets Hank Brennan to say trial instead of proceeding. I said, who's playing who right now? Ooh, Hank Brennan, you're getting played like a fiddle. And you deserve it. You're a fiddler on the roof. And then he says, I've never given differing times. And he sticks to it. Does not back down. And I won't back down. That's Lucky. Okay? Also, who else says on the Commonwealth side that no report has ever been correct? Just saying. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Jennifer McCabe has never actually said what's in any report from the FBI, from Canton PD, from Mass State Police. They've never quoted her correctly. I mean, she's the most misquoted person in Canton, Massachusetts that has ever lived. She's like, never said that. Nope, double down, triple down, quadruple down. Lucky says, oh, one time you think you got me by the canyons? No, you don't. Nope. No, I didn't actually say that. Thanks. Thanks for coming. I loved it. So then he is asked, and this was the one thing that Hank Brennan did make a small amount of headway, but I still have no problems with it. He said, which house had a dumpster in 2022? It was a 15 to 20 foot dumpster. And Lucky's like, I don't know. I don't remember that. Of course you wouldn't remember that, because what are you looking for, Lucky? What did you tell me in trial 1 and trial 2 that you are looking for? You are looking for pedestrians. You are looking for vehicles that are in the road or, anything that is out of place. You are looking for, God forbid, any animals. Is a dumpster a living, breathing thing? Is a dumpster going to be something that a snowplow driver is going to need to make a mental note of? As to, oh, this is problematic. Watch the dumpster fire that is this trial, fuck yeah. But an actual dumpster, no. And he says, I think I would have noticed that, but you didn't. And you didn't need to. Because maybe someone was doing construction. Maybe someone was getting junk removed. And also, where the fuck did you get a random picture of a dumpster from January 29th, 2022? I have questions, Hank. Spending a lot of time on that, if you ask me. And I don't think it affected the jury. Maybe it did. What do you think? Higgy was hiding in the dumpster. Makes sense. Clerk has the blueprint. So does Lizzie Proctor. And then, like, asking him how many trees were at Fairview Road. Yup. Like, and then Breeden said Lucky drove a tow truck. Oh my gosh, he said that multiple times, babe. And Lucky corrected him. I'm sorry. Sorry, Hank, a honk. I actually don't. I drive a plow truck. I plow the snow. I don't tow it. Boop. Did a little snoot boop on him. Who has a dumpster instead of a trash can? Yeah, unless someone was doing like a little construction, you know, but who was doing construction in January of 2022? I don't know. But then he does say that he did have a small accident with a portable basketball net. And he goes, oh, it's because you couldn't see well. And that if you couldn't see that portable basketball net, then how could you not see the body of Officer John O'Keefe? And he's like, yeah, I just misjudged it. I saw that basketball net. And yeah, pardon me, I misjudged it. And I said, oh. Then there was a part that I think that if the jury are like people, babes, that have empathy towards others or feel badly, Lucky explained that he did not give one shit about what was said online about him at all. It did not affect him one way or another. He was like slightly like irritated, right? His friends, his family were saying things to him, but he didn't know about it, and it wasn't affecting him because his wife of many, many years had passed away. He just lost his wife. And that was not anything that was important to him. And Hank Brennan goes, yeah, okay, and moved right on. And asked him another question about harassment. Do you not have a heart, Hank Brennan? I know that you look like a weasel and a who had a baby. But now, bitch, you're the Grinch. You can't look at a man who has never done a thing wrong in his life, has been as consistent as they come, and he tells you why he was unaware, and that he had just lost someone he loves while you're at a murder trial and trying to seek justice for, in your own weird ass way, for somebody losing Officer John O'Keefe and the O'Keefe family, right? But you can't have empathy and sympathy and actually mean it when you say that you are sorry for Lucky. Ew. When I tell you I got the ick from that prick. And I hope the jury did too. And Hank Brennan, when you don't acknowledge the loss of somebody's life partner, their soulmate, their wife that they've had for 40 fucking plus years, I just wanted to tell you I have something in my pocket for you. And I hope that you enjoy it. Okay? Take that. Take it. What you do with it, I don't care. But you're a shitbag in my book. And that was it. Lucky was incredible. Last year, I thought he did great. If last year I thought he did get a little tripped up by Adam Lally with the basketball hoop, that was the only thing I thought last year, because he did report it, but somehow Mr. Lally said, like, just kidding, you didn't report it. It was like a little bit of a weird exchange. And maybe the timeline. But this year, Lucky was one of the strongest witnesses that I've seen in the entire case. I believe him. I believe that the jury will believe him. And I truly, earnestly, in the bottom of my soul, believe that Lucky Loughran, like, saw every single thing that he saw. You didn't see a body of Officer John O'Keefe on the front lawn at any of the passes. You did see the Ford Edge parked up at that flagpole, and why would it be there? If they never parked in the street, why that night? So that was unusual behavior that was going on at the Albert residence. Well, oh, I'm sorry. Have we not said that? So I believe it. Good morning, Zach. And Kaylee said, nope, Catastrophe, I'm sorry, babe, said Lucky had his suit and pocket square. He was looking spiffy. He really was. He looked so good. And Coffee Nut said, Nurse Kim, you would be great on jury duty. You would like to listen to what people happened. Yeah, I would. Can I tell you something? No one's ever called me. Never. Never. Like, I want to be called. Mr. Nurse Kim, he's called every other year. Pick me. Like, at least let me go in. I just want to sit. I just want to watch. I would pay attention. I'm really good at deducing in my brain. Right? I could try to be as unbiased, unless it was a case like that I couldn't. Like, if there was something like children, I can't with kids because I'm going to be like, you're guilty. You're guilty. Oops, you're guilty. Sorry. Because I will fight for my children, for your children. I will fight for kids. So that would be something that I probably wouldn't be able to do. But any other case, I would try. And I would try to apply the law in the best possible way. And babes, why is everyone, well, not everyone. Oh my God, get a life, Kim. Ew. A couple of people have encouraged me and said, like, you know, hey, Kim, maybe do you think later on in life, which I'm like, maybe I'm too old now, but maybe when the girls go to college, because they're like in high school now, right? But when they go to college, maybe I could try to go back and be a lawyer. Maybe it's crazy though. It's too late, but I don't know. I'm just saying. I have like the fire in me that I think, you know, I want to do it, but I don't know. It'd probably take too long. Oh, and Altman said, Jen Altman, hi, Lovey, said, oh gosh, your mother did what, babe? Your mom did a civil wrongful murder case, wrongful death. Oh. And you're never too old. It's never too late. Oh, Zach, I don't know how to time people out, but I'm telling your Aunt Deborah, my prostate ordered a package. It's late, ma'am. Zach, get kicked out. Get a life. You need a timeout, you little shit. Okay. And then do it in the Alan Jackson voice, says D1111. And I appreciate you. I think all of us, if you have the bug, hello, friend. I don't know how Jimmy does this. I have no idea how you sit at a place and you let the, like there's so many people. I am in people watching heaven. And you know I can barely keep a freaking train of thought. As it is. Oh, take one more sip and then let's get into Karina Kolakithis. Oh. There is a man. Oh my goodness gracious. He is in 23. What is 23? Legend 23. Is that Michael Jordan? He's in all red, and it looks like the Chicago Bulls. Oh, he's got shorts on. He's got a top on. He's got dreadlocks. It's incredible. It's quite the look. He looks great. Mazel, have a great day, sir. Okay, no one asked. So now, here we're going. Zach is in a timeout. Thank you, Zach, you little thirsty weirdo. No prostate exams from me. Karina Kolakethis, our friend, right? She's in the mom group. We like her. She is not one of the bitchy, like, she is not one of the bitchy moms, right? She allows us to hang out. She is someone I want to go over, have play dates with, right? I would be thrilled if my daughters were friends with her daughters. I'd be like, okay, this makes sense, right? Oh, am I weird? Do I look weird? What is happening? Is everything okay? Is my lighting okay? Okay, I'm turning it here, and then we're going back here. Okay, here I am. Okay, so she was friends with Jennifer McCabe through kids sports. They had known each other for approximately 10 years. Hi, Kiki. You're good. You're good. Okay, good. Thanks, babes. You don't look weird. Oh my gosh, I'm such an oddball. Okay. And her youngest daughters, now, I noticed this out the gate. Tell me if you heard this too, right? Because, again, we listen, we pay attention. She said that her youngest daughters, Jen and the Kolakethis' youngest daughters, were good friends. Were as in past tense. Were as in, are they not friends now? Are you not friends now? Maybe would you not be friends now because did you get kicked out of the friend group? Have you been isolated? Karina Kolakethis, you actual queen. My pharmacist, my woman in STEM. My representation of women powerhouses in Canton, Massachusetts. Oh, that's rude. I don't like it. Don't talk shit about Karina. I want to know, after you testified, did Jen get a little weird? Did she get sus? Did she say, oh, we don't, on Wednesdays we wear pink and you're not allowed to sit here anymore? Just let me know, Karina. You can come over Nurse Kim's house anytime you want. Our daughters can have play dates. If you want, if you're into it. If we want to make a women in STEM mommy and me group to our teenage daughters. Or if we just want to go out. I'd be thrilled. I'd love to have a Panera. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine her and I getting like a soup and salad? Would we go to Panera? Would we go to the Olive Garden? Would she take me to some like fancy bistro? And I'd be like, it's $33, but I'd pay it, Okay. Or maybe, oh my gosh, even better, we would go to Lowell General Hospital and we would get a sandwich because Lowell General Hospital has the best cafeteria. And I had my kids there. Also, sidebar, when I was in nursing school, me and Mr. Nurse Kim, we had no money, $0, 0 cents. We were young. I was a brand new mother. Like it was, and we literally would have date nights. Where? Lowell General Cafeteria. Oh, there's a bee. Okay. So she said that they were good friends. And they said she met Karen through John in 2020. And where did she meet her? At Jennifer McCabe's house. She's a pharmacist. She works 8 to 4:30. Get it, sweetheart. She was supposed to go home after the game. She did go home. She was like, ew, I am done. I was at the basketball game. We were at our child's sporting event. I didn't go to the pub that everyone went before the game, which I'm like, oh my gosh, are parents pre-gaming and going to like little pub outlets to have beveraginos before games? Does the entire town of Canton need an intervention? Should we all go over and say, babes, let's get your 24-hour chip. Let's hand it all out. We're here for you. It is the Canton Triangle. It's the only place that you can make butt dials. You can actually butt dial. Your butt dials, butt dial. Your face and your ass are interchangeable. Are you making love or are you, sending 22-second phone calls with Brian Higgins. There's a truck coming. Oh, God help me. Okay, so, all of those are going out. And then she ends up saying, I went home after the game, right? Everybody had pre-gamed, then they went to the game, then afterwards, they went to the waterfall. Who? Jennifer McCabe, her family, and Mr. Kolakithis was there as well. And her husband calls her, and he's like, babe, I just ordered a sandwich. Can you come and eat it with me? And I have never felt more connected. I am her, she is me. We are each other. Again, if my brassiere is off, there is no go. We can't do it. Sorry, try again. But her daughters were like, go see Dad, Ma. Just go out, have a blasty blast. You deserve it. And she's like, okay. So she ends up going. And when she gets there, she's there at 9:30. She was, and she meets Jennifer McCabe. She meets Jen's family. She's like, I met the niece, which is Caitlin Albert. I met her sister, Nicole Albert, and I met her brother-in-law. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she couldn't remember like every single person she met though. And she asked her husband, where is everyone else from the team? And he was like, no one else came. This is all of us. And I already ordered, like, just stay with me and then we'll tuck and roll. Then she's about to leave and she sees Karen and John walk in. And she's like, JK, we'll stay a minute longer, because she's like, oh, I wanted to talk to Karen. I wanted to talk to John. And she tells us this recollection of Officer John O'Keefe being so excited about his niece and being so thrilled that she got into Bishop Fian, and that he was like beaming with pride. And that broke my heart, because that was like kind of the first time that I recall hearing that in this trial. I knew it from first trial, but it stuck with me from her. And she says that Karen was the same way. She was elated. She was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Like, Karen's thrilled. They're having a blast. Everyone is in good spirits. And she said that she talked to Karen for about 50 minutes of the entire hour that they were there, right? They came in at 11, they left at midnight. And of the hour she was there, 50 minutes she talked to Karen. And here's the kicker. Our Mama Kolakithis, our woman in STEM, she drank water, agua. Okay. She was like, absolutely not. I am not having a beveragino, not interested. I barely wanted to come here. I'm just drinking water. And she says that she engaged in conversation with Karen Reed, who was alert, oriented, not slurring her speech. She had no concerns about Karen's level of intoxication at all. She was fine. There was nothing odd about Karen that night. Oh, Lord. Oh, okay. And so when she was talking to her, there was no questions. And as a pharmacist, as a woman in STEM, you would know, like, oh, did she mix medications together? Is she slurry? You're looking for that. She's trained. She's medical. She's so trained in what signs you are to look for. And she didn't see anything. Then she said she saw the cutest thing she had ever seen in her life. She had never seen a boyfriend kiss his girlfriend on the forehead. And John went over to Karen and kissed her on the forehead. And then David Yannetti pulls up a picture, a still shot, and says, who's in this picture? It is Higgins. It is Karina Kolakithis. And then you see at the front, you see Karen and John. Oh. Then they play the video. What does the video say, babe? It shows Brian Higgins seeing John and Karen canoodling and John kissing Karen on the forehead. Staking your claim and your woman. Okay? UPS drivers and all. That's my girl, homie. Look what I can do. Plant one on the forehead. Okay? She thought it was adorable. She looked at Mr. Kolakithis and she was like, when was the last time you kissed me on the fucking forehead, Derek? Just as I would have done to Mr. Nurse Cam. Okay? I would have been like, well, isn't that sweet? Isn't that special? When was the last time you even like opened a door for me, sir? Your love language is to tell me that I look like I deliver packages. That's our love language, right? But that's so cute. She loves it. She is obsessed with it. And she sees that Brian Higgins is seeing Karen and John this close. Now, he has already probably at this point, did he? I don't remember exactly what time it was, but he had said also that there was the text message. Do we remember if that was before or after the kiss on the forehead? Oh. And then we know that at 12:20, after everybody had left that bar, that Brian Big Neck Daddy Higgins sent a text message to Officer John O'Keefe that said, you come in here. Well, Karina Kolakithis showed a video of her with Jennifer McCabe and with Karen Reed, and then there's like and John is over out by the bar. He acknowledges he is looking in the direction of Big Neck Daddy Higgins, and you see John say something which I hadn't seen previously. Now remember, babes, this is all to put it again in front of the jury. A jury has a better chance of remembering something the more times they see it, right? And now you've put this video again in front of them, and it's being pointed out by Karina, who was there IRL. And you see in the back, Chris Albert, Brian Albert, Big Neck Daddy Higgins, 3 of them. You see Brian making like a motion of like, yeah, like, you know, I've got a big dick. No, you don't. Right? What are you saying? What are we saying? He doesn't know. And he says that, or she says, Karina shows that, or the video shows rather, that Chris Albert tries to grab the arm of Big Neck Daddy Higgins 2 or 3 times. Grabbing his arm like, hey, calm the fuck down. Calm your tits, let's take this outside. And is Brian Higgins saying, let's take this outside? Everything was good in that Waterfall Bar and Grill until it wasn't. Everyone had a great time, but there were always side things going on, right, babes? If you and I were at the Waterfall that night, we wouldn't have noticed, right? We would have said, oh, everyone's having a great time. Cool. You would never think, unless you see something or that you're focused on it, you would never think it's going to come back, right? And when we looked at that video, the first trial, we did not see what we see in trial 2. And I will give credit where credit is due, that JFK and James Jackson played that Waterfall Bar and Grill since the end of trial 1. And were the ones that pointed out that I saw that there was something going on, that Chris Albert was physically reaching for Big Neck Daddy Higgins. And I go, oh, what are we doing? Because in the first trial, we're seeing them play grab ass, literally grabbing each other's asses. No homo. That's what they said. And they are doing all of these things that you're like, okay, they look like they're horsing around. But at the end, and you see Officer John O'Keefe acknowledging this and looking, and Brian Albert is saying, we got to get out of here. Like, it looks like they're saying to him, to Higgins, we've got to remove ourselves from this location. And we know at the end of that video that Jen and Karina and Karen walked out of the bar. When they're walking out, Karina says that Jennifer McCabe put her arm around Karen Reed and said, you're coming with me. Now, Karina goes, it stood out. I have a vivid memory. It stood out to me. It was weird. Mr. Yannetti, David Yannetti, my bowl of spaghetti, goes, did it stand out to you because you weren't invited? And she's like, no, bitch. It was just weird. No, Mr. Yannetti, I didn't care one bit that I wasn't going and that I wasn't invited. I wouldn't have gone anyway. But it was weird how she did it. Why would I go with you? I didn't come with you. And we know that Karen was always she didn't feel quite comfortable about the invite because it wasn't to Jennifer McCabe's house. It was to Coco and Brian Albert's house. I'm sorry, I wouldn't feel comfortable going back to my friend's sister and brother-in-law's house if I'm 40 plus years old. Ew. It's also baby Brian's birthday. Why am I going to, give more anxiety to your anxiety-riddled nephew who is hanging out with his girlfriends at the house? They're dancing. You know they're listening to Lady Gaga. All right? They were just born this way. They are also little monsters. I am obsessed. They were having the best time of their lives. Were they doing choreo? Probably. And then you fucking old weirdos come busting through the door and you're ruining my vibe. Vibe check, you don't pass it. And Karina clocked it. She said, oh, I don't know what's going on here, but Karen and John, they came together, they're leaving together. And Karen has always said, I didn't hear the invitation because she was never invited by Nicole or Brian Albert. It was weird, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So then they leave, they go. And the last memory or the last image that Karina Kolakithis has is of Officer John O'Keefe and Karen walking together towards a little cafe and walking, like that's where the car was parked. And that Karen was going towards the driver's seat or the driver's side, and that Officer John O'Keefe was going towards the passenger side. And that's the last memory she has. And that's the last memory that she'll ever have of Officer John O'Keefe. And that's so sad. Because they had fun. And he was a good man. And then cross-examination comes up, and it is Hank Brennan, and he takes a very odd stance, in my opinion. He does this cross, and I'm like, oh, okay. And he says, so John was loving, John was kind, John was soft-spoken. And he was so excited that night because his niece had gotten into the private school Bishop Fian. And she says, yes, he was. And then the last question Hank Brennan asks Karina is, did you talk to John that night? And Karina says, yes. And he says, no further questions. Oh. What was that? What was that? You're not going to push back on any of that Waterfall Bar and Grill video. You're not pushing back on the fact that it was that Karina thought it was weird that Jen McCabe is putting her arm around her and saying, you're coming with me. You're not pushing back that you're alleging that Karen Reed was so drunk, that she was so irresponsible, reckless, that she took the life of Officer John O'Keefe. And you are not pushing back that a woman in STEM, a pharmacist, says, I talked to her for 50 minutes right before this incident. She did not have a drink afterwards. And she was in great condition. I had no concerns of her getting in that vehicle. And it's not that Karina has made up her own, like, you know, that, oh, like she was probably drunk too. She drank water. She was a hydrated queen. And she says nothing was wrong with Karen. That's devastating for the Commonwealth's case. That's it, lovies. That's, he didn't ask any follow-up. Has Hank Brennan resigned to the fact he's fucking losing and he's going to lose this case and we are going to free Karen Reed? And the Commonwealth has paid what? Millions of dollars to prosecute and persecute a factually innocent woman. And that's day 27 in a nutshell. Who is next, you think? I don't know, babe. And case closed. Oh, thank you, Leah Simpson. Oh my God. No, I'm not. No, Hank knows the defense is saving zingers for recross, so there's nothing to recross. Oh, okay. I love seeing you in the morning. Tracy, thank you so much. I think that me and Jimmy are going to, I think that we've kind of found this is perfect for me, because if I can leave the house and I'm not screwing up with the kids times, like, this is the best. I'm able to do this. And of course, when we have like attorney Mr. Betterow, I can absolutely do a nighttime. But if this works for you guys, it really works for me. Mr. Wing will be next. I think that Mr. Wing, yeah, he could. I don't know. I don't know who is up next. And finally, I made a live. Thank you, Tyler, for being here. Crash Daddies. Ooh, that is true. I think that Garrett Wing may be actually like, I don't know if, I would personally put him before Arca and end with Arca, because I know in my heart of hearts that Arca is going to absolutely end any respect that the jury had for Aperture. It'll be over. That's a wrap. May the Lord be with you, and also with you when the Crash Daddies come. Okay? When our Pennsylvanian princes find their way to mosey up on that stand. I am clutching my own pearls and my I'll clutch my pearl and my clenching my butt, just thinking about the visual aid that they're going to provide. Show me a reenactment. I want something greater than a Blue Man Group at 2 miles per hour. Do you hear me? Somebody send this to the Arcas. They know. They know. They're like, we're actual professionals, and that's what we do. Okay. All right, babes. That's it for today. It's 8 o'clock. Maybe you could mosey right over to your Auntie Deb's house and watch a pregame there. And then we have no court today. So enjoy your day off, my lovies, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining me. Bye.